All right, ALJ gave you a bench decision. So congratulations, approving your case. Now you want to know, can the Social Security Administration reopen that decision on its own and add more evidence to overturn the decision? Okay, let me take this in two parts. Can Social Security reopen that decision? Yes. Typically what happens is that if you get approved by the judge will send you a formal decision that tells you what may happen. One of those things that may happen is that the adjudicative body, or the governing body that basically governs decisions by the judges, which is called the Appeals Council, may on their own motion, in other words, on their own, they can make a decision to basically review that decision and make a determination that the judge got it wrong. Now, when you say add more evidence, well, they're not going to sit here and go and say, ooh, we're going to go get this evidence right here. We're going to put it in there so you can overturn it. What they typically are looking for, remember, the Appeals Council, they're looking for legal error. They're not looking for substantive error. Meaning, they're not looking to see, you know what, you need to go here because I know there's a doctor over there on 3rd Street that probably will review him and found him disabled. That's not the way they operate. What they're looking at is they're trying to decide whether or not there was an error in the law. Let's pause for a second. Let's say, for instance, that you say that you are disabled as a result of your mental health impairments. And the judge makes a determination that your mental health impairment is so severe that you can't function in your past job or any other work. But then when looking through your medical records, it's determined that the most significant medication you're taking is Paxil. That even though you say you don't deal with crowds, you're responsible for putting on the Christmas play and parade every year. You volunteer down at the old folks, at their nursing home every week. And you go shopping and for the family 2 or 3 times a week. Now, that in itself would make the Appeals Council go, wait a minute, how on the one hand you, judge, say that this person is so severe that they can't be exposed to anybody, so that they can't do their old work or any other work, but there's all these daily activities that shows that they can function around a group of people. So what they may do is they may tell the judge, we need you to reconcile that conflict. That on the one hand, you're saying that the person can't deal with a lot of people, but on the other hand, the person is dealing with a lot of people. And they may say you may need to have a medical expert there to resolve the conflict or send them for an evaluation. Now you're like, man, that sounds like they're adding evidence. Not necessarily. What they're doing is they're telling the judge, your decision from a legal standpoint doesn't make sense because you're telling the court, you're telling us that the person says they can't deal with anybody, and you're saying I agree that they can't deal with anybody. But then, like I said, the person coordinates the Christmas parade every year. They go to the nursing home 2 times a month. They go to Walmart once a week, and they go to the grocery store once a week. So you're telling me they can't be around anybody, but they're doing activities that puts them around a lot of people. So what I tell people is that the Appeals Council or Social Security is not looking to add evidence. Their responsibility is to look at your case and make a determination whether or not that judge applied the proper legal standards. Now, keep in mind, it's a random thing. So it's not like they're going to tell you when it's going to happen. Once it happens, they'll tell you. But then it's not one of those things where you can say, Judge, what's the likelihood that somebody's going to pull my case? Because the judge is not going to be able to tell you that. But the reality is that if they do, they're looking for legal error. They're not looking to add things to try to purposely overturn your case. They're looking to see if the judge applied the law right.